What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat, and we are here today with the next episode of Windforge. I know you guys have been waiting pensively on the edge of your seats for me to play through this next part. I've been waiting because the game's patch cycle, I've had a bunch of crashes and things lately related to, I don't know, there's been some problems. It might be just my graphics driver or something. I haven't installed anything in a while. It may be my fault, so I really don't want to pass it off on anybody. You can hear right now the propellers are raring to go. They are like ready to roll or to fly or whatever it is that a propeller does. Ready to do the twist like a 1950s sock hop. So let me make sure that they're all repaired. And right now, we gotta close off the, there we go. So there we go. Our fuselage is now sealed. And so you don't have to do that. That's just me being kind of anal about the fact that you probably should. Oh no, my grappling hook has left my premises here. Let me see if I can find my grappling hook and put it back into my right hand slot. There we go. And so here we are, up and away. We want to watch out for that little thing right there. But it just controls with the WASD. And so this is what flying your blimp is going to be like forever. I don't know if this counts as a blimp or if it counts as a dirigible. It doesn't look like it has a steel spine over the top, or like a steel skeleton over the top. Let's take a look at our map and see if we can't figure out where we're supposed to be going. So navigationally, it looks like we're going back to Engelstrom, which is directly to the south of us. The Temple of Language is where we just came from. And since we're unarmed, we don't want to fly around too much. If you're, like, later on, you'll get, like, cannons and machine guns and artillery and all kinds of fun stuff to put all over your warship. Up until then, you want to avoid combat like the plague. There are a lot of pirates around. One of the things I've noticed about the game is that you are constantly under attack by all manner of nasty beastie and baddie. And so I would prefer to keep us from being consumed before we get to our final destination. Now our job is to deliver this tablet that we recovered in the previous episode back to the guy that gave us the quest, the mighty quest to go and find the piece of stone in the temple that turns to dirt. That seems like a really, really terrible power. Like if my X-Man power was turning into dirt, I'd feel like, God, I already feel like dirt. Now I look like dirt. Oh God, what is, go away. I'm gonna hit him with the propellers. Here we go. Got him. That's kind of the equivalent of roadkill, although he has shot out one of our propellers now. This also might be some kind of, oh, we got that one too. This might be some sort of indicator. There goes his falling flaming loot right there. This might be some sort of indicator as to being close to land. It's kind of like where you have, when you're navigationally speaking, when you're on the ocean, you'll notice that there's kind of like a crest of clouds that you can see off in the distance when there's land around. You look out for like seagulls or anything like that. Typically you look for dolphins, things of that nature that like to be sort of around the shore-ish. But anyways, navigationally, whenever you see critters, oh, is that Engelstrom right there? That is something. That is quite a large building. Now I am going to offer you a little bit. Yeah, I think this is Engelstrom. Alright, so let's go ahead, and the frame rate might die right now. The problem with some of the bigger city-state areas is that they really kind of bomb out the frame rate, and I'm not entirely sure why they do it even when I'm not recording. I've heard that it's a running problem that a lot of people have. This is the dock right here. You typically want to try and get as close to this as possible. I mean, all bets are off. You can land on top of somebody's house if you really want to. I'm just going to try first impressions. You know, I don't want to be an asshole my first day in town. Okay, and so here we are at Engelstrom. Does she have anything to say? No, that's not what I wanted. Stop that. I need to head to the lab. You should bring that tablet to Thora. Alright, so without knowing what Thora looks like, we're off on an adventure to find Thora. And so don't shoot villagers. There are like some common rules you want to stick to when you're in the middle of town. Don't shoot villagers. You can steal their stuff. This is kind of an old JRPG type feel where you can go through people's like bookcases, like so, and we just got the cloth awning recipe. And so yes, there are loads and loads of recipes. You find them all over the place. And you really should go through every city when you get there and see what recipes you can. Why is there a propeller on the bottom of this building? That's worrisome. Can I disassemble that? Because that seems really dangerous. No, it won't let me. Well, fine then. I didn't want to do it anyways. Let's see if we can't find any more loot in town. I do want to do a big old scramble to see what recipes we can get. The recipes are randomly generated. They aren't found in the same spot every single time. So some playthroughs you can end up with some really cool gear. Other plays you can end up with like nothing. And so my other playthrough, I didn't really get much. I didn't really get much on my last playthrough. Hopefully on this one we'll get lucky. Additionally, there seemed to be like some kind of storyline cap on what recipes you can use. I don't know if that's true or not, so don't use me as a quote on that because I'm not really sure that I'm relaying the proper information to you. But one thing that I've noticed is I do get the recipes, but then they won't be added to my spell book or anything, or to my recipe book. And so sometimes I feel like I've got all this cool stuff that I can't craft. Oh, we found a scope. I think that's bugged right now, though. From what I've heard, the scoped rifle is bugged and won't craft at the moment. Although that may have been if you get a master crafted scope. So there may be a small bit of information right there that I'm not properly conveying. Let's go ahead and grapple up out of here. Apparently they built this entire town in mind with the fact that everybody's got grappling hooks, because this place seems like it's like MC Escher designed this place. It would be a nightmare to live here. Like, oh my god, so much jumping. As a short person, that is not one of our strengths. Short people go around with a constant fear that we're going to be asked to jump at some point. And just be like, no, I will not jump for your amusement, tall person. I will not do it. Down here, you'll find a store. And I don't remember where Thor is at. Oh, that's a, like, iron workbench or something. Okay, well, let's steal from his safe. His not-so-safe. And then we got $683. Got a healing balm, which is good because I always find myself low on healing items in this game, weirdly enough. Rifle ammunition right there. Oh, I forgot the cash. Blunk. How much money do we have at the moment? We've already got... I wish life was that easy. You could just get up and rifle through other people's stuff and get $5,000. That sounds pretty amazing. I mean, it sucks for other guy, but for me, it's pretty amazing. We got another cloth awning. That's bad. I want to... Stop this. Here. Alright, so now I'm going to reel you in. There we go. Get you out of the way. People are awfully nonchalant about the fact that I'm just destroying all their stuff and taking all their things out of their precious localities. I'd be kind of upset right now. I'd be like, listen, douche, you just rolled into town like 30 seconds ago, and now you're just taking my stuff? As I recall, I don't really remember where... I think that's Thora right there. It took me forever to find this the first time I played through, just in case you were... Oh, we got the support recipe. That's good. The support recipe is amazing because it guarantees you'll always have somebody to talk to. Nothing better than a wooden support. Or some wooden support, I guess. Let's go ahead and steal from all of their bookcases, too. Oil barrel, okay. Oil storage recipe. Shock absorption boots recipe. A field engineer helmet. A sewing machine recipe book. That's pretty cool. I don't know if the sewing machine's going to be one of those trade nodes that we need. The bratwurst recipe. Ooh, I like myself some bratwurst. Insulation recipe. $730. I think this is Thora. There she is. You have the translation tablet. This text, it's amazing. With this, we can start making some real progress. Here's your payment for getting this. Also, there's a huge uproar among the SOC right now. Apparently, they're offering huge rewards to whoever can bring them the people that desecrated the temple. We need to be really, really careful that they don't find out about us. Tell me, what actually happened at the temple when you found this? Really? I never realized something like that was possible. Aetherkin technology must be more amazing than we could possibly imagine. If we can unlock the secrets of it, we can change the world. But it'll take some time for me to decipher the tablet. In the meantime, we should probably prepare for the worst. We have a secret facility that we're conducting our research in. It's here in Engelstrom. Look for a wooden hatch in the ground to the bottom right of town. Look for our research head, Walther. He should be able to provide you with some gear to help you defend yourself. Cool. So let's go find Walther now. I mean, he's named after a gun, so I assume he might have something to give us with regards to, like, the Daka. Yay, free dirt blocks. Just what I always wanted. All the dirt blocks are now mine. Oh, man. It's a good thing I suck at navigating. There we go. I know you've got treasure in here somewhere, and you're going to give it to me. Don't resist. Just let me have your treasure. Your delicious treasure. Are you seriously going to put it all the way up here? Oh, never mind. He's got like a parapet. Alright, well, this doesn't help me out that much then. Not gonna break your sink because that doesn't seem like a neighborly thing to do. And what does this guy sell? The general store. Background window recipe. Okay, so we obviously want that. The chemical battery recipe. I don't know if we want that, but it's cheap enough to where I don't really care. The giant clock recipe book. That recipe is about 1 L away from just total and absolute comedic disaster. We've got the lens recipe book. We've got the reinforced woodblock recipe book. I think I'll go with that too because we don't have it. Got a roof with chimney. Ship starting frame we need. Sink recipe, spark plug I don't think we need. The scope recipe we can do away with for now. Spring recipe we already got. The wood side window recipe, I'll take that. And then roof bricks. I don't think we need roof bricks. I'd rather be able to craft them than just take them, but let's not concern ourselves too heavily. Okay, so all that, and the thing about the recipe books that you do need to know is that you've got to learn them all. If you go to your building menu, I think, they might be in the quest menu. There it is. And so now you right-click all of these, and it should add them all to your crafting menu. And so there it is. We've learned all of the stuff that we can learn right now. And then my next plan is going to be to go up to the castle and just steal everything that the king has to offer. Who is this guy? Carry on. Carry on stealing your treasure? Don't mind if I do. This guy down in the dungeon? We're running out of oil. Cordeus bless us all. Yeah, unless Cordeus can conjure himself up some oil rain, I don't think praying to Cordeus is really gonna help that much. Considering we are up against Cordeus, that's what SOC is. Is that a Pomeranian? I think it's a long-haired Chihuahua. The face doesn't look right. I have a Pomeranian, or I had a Pomeranian. I gave it to my parents when I went to college because putting a dog in an apartment is just kind of, I don't know. I felt like he was bored all the time, even though I walked him. So I gave him to my parents, and now he's totally stoked because they have a dog. And it pleases him, and he runs around happy all the time. He probably doesn't even remember me at this point. He's like, "Who dat?" when I walk in the front door. That man is reclining in the most luxurious fashion. I'm sort of jealous. We may have to go back down there and talk to that guy. Seems like he might be a connection worthy of having after I steal all the stuff out of his boudoir. That's what classy people call their bedroom. It's their boudoir. Let us retire to the boudoir. Damn it. That's kind of what I was going for. It seems like it would be really hard to access this library. Maybe that's what they were going for. The rubber recipe book. It bounces back. Background something. The conveyor platform recipe book. Gas filter. Okay, so that'll be good if we ever need a gas mask. Cooked meat recipe book. That's probably more useful than I'm letting on. I think that allows us to make healing items out of the meat we find. We got 2 of them, just for good measure. Another healing balm, which should be useful in the future, and I think that's about all we're going to be able to filch or bogart from this location. So let's go down and talk to this guy with the bitchin' hair, who seems like he's super comfortable right now. I don't think I've ever been that comfortable in my entire life. That's a certain amount of comfortable that you have to just live in luxury to achieve. King Sigmund, I have nothing to say to you. Leave my presence. I have nothing to say to you. Please leave my presence. Peasant. Oh, grappling hook out of the building. You thought that I was going to go down the stairs, but no, sir. I am crass, and I have no time for your standard movement abilities. Your standard objects of vertical movement. And we need to go down to the bottom right and talk to Walther, so let's go do that. What is this guy selling, by the way? He is selling cloth steel flak gloves. An emerald scale flak jacket. That sounds pretty badass, so I think I'm going to buy one because we have a lot of money, and having nice armor seems like something that I would want. We can get some gangster boots. Some gangster boots recipe book. That's basically, they're just Timberlands. That's all that they are. We've got an assault helmet right there. Bandit plate armor recipe book. I kind of want that too. I'll save the rest of my money because I don't really know what we're going to be using it for. We have a lot of those, which means I can probably sell them. They may not be worth much. Heartstone Boots recipe book. Interesting. I'm assuming that that's probably like really good because it's in a different color. And if I know anything about gaming, it's that if something's in a different color, it means that proportionally, or I guess positionally with another object, it's probably better. We'll sell off some of these leather boots because I don't think I'm wearing leather boots right now. The sell price is a little bit hard to see. It's in that little box, the dialogue box that's popping up when you're mousing over things. I don't necessarily see anything else that I think he's interested in buying. The recipes don't seem to be worth that much anyways. Let's find our flak jacket because we got a bulletproof vest and I want to wear it. Yeah, buddy. Now we're looking a little bit better. Is that good compared to what I had? A protective jacket with armor plating covering the vital areas. 70 armor and 9 chemical resistance, but it is quite heavy by comparison to some of the other things. So yeah, it's very heavy, but at the same time it should protect us from any nasty blows that we might take. I mean, there are good blows and there are bad blows. We prefer to keep ourselves aligned with the former rather than the latter, but you never know when the latter is going to make a show up. That ladder, it's just so rude. It's always showing up whenever you don't want. Artillery turret recipe book, that sounds pretty awesome. Now that the SOC are catching on, I need to stay here in the lab and handle security. If you need an extra edge in combat, you should talk to a friend of mine, Lars von Alderstein. He's an expert with weapon mods. You should be able to teach you a few new tricks to help you out. He has a shop here in Alderstein. Tell him I sent you. He owes me a favor. Haha. He owes me a favor. Haha. I guess this is a room where we test out turbines or something. Okay. Well, this is our uber secret lab that nobody knows about, even though the hatch is right there underneath the store. How we dug all this out without anybody realizing it, especially underneath the castle, I'm not so sure. but apparently it just worked. We got a grinder and a helium recipe. The grinder goes on the edge of your ship so that you can just annihilate islands and get thousands of resources at once. It's pretty sweet. Wilhelm. Hi, I'm Wilhelm. I'm here to help out with Walter's energy research, and I also have a number of special projects that could on the go that could indirectly help us. Our research may not necessarily be legal, but it's definitely cutting edge. I'm actually making great progress on Aether elixir research. I just need some help making one and testing it. Are you interested in helping out? Sure, why not? Great, here's a copy of the recipe. All you need to do is create one of these elixirs and then bring it back to me. Okay, so I think we go to the chemistry table. And there it is right there. We need copper ore and we need a lifestone gem. Luckily we have them all. And so we've crafted it. Hey, great! You made the Aether elixir. I'll take a small sample of it and you can have the rest. It's probably safe to drink, but it'll take me a long time to know for sure. Or we can find out right away if you just drink it. Well, let's live on the edge. I'm okay with this. If I can find it. Oh, there it is. The elixir of agility. Agility has permanently increased to 20. That's way better than going to the... Oh, no. That's one of those blue ball machines. I'm not sure I want to be around him. Let's go and see if we can find Wilhelm. I think... Or I'm sorry, Walther. I think this is him right here. If my calculations are correct, these changes should be able to fucking blow the breaches off a... Oh, didn't see you there. I'm Walther, the lead researcher around here. What can I do for you? Ah, yes, things are gonna get a lot more complicated now that the fucking SOC has started to take notice. I can help you out, though. Take these machine gun turrets and place them on your ship. They should help you defend yourself while flying the ship. I'll also give you a radio. If you get stuck somewhere, you can use it to call for help. Anyways, feel free to explore the facilities here. Just be fucking careful in the testing area below. Oh yeah, you might want to talk to Wilhelm in the lab upstairs. He has a few special research projects in his queue that you might find interesting. Once you're done, you should check back in with Thor and see if she's done with the translation tablet. Okay, so let's go see what's going on with the translation tab. Well, let's see if there's another quest up here for us to do so that we can get more stats. I don't necessarily know what any of the stats do, so having more of them probably can't hurt. For my new project, I'm working on an improved hydrogen-based blowtorch. Are you interested in helping out? Sure. Great, I already made the prototype for this one. All you need to do is get me some hydrogen to use as fuel. I think 50 units of hydrogen should be sufficient. I think we have the hydrogen recipe. We do, we just need a ton of water. Okay, well, I don't know how we get water. I would assume that some of the faucets around here might be helpful. Just pulling the oxygen out and just leaving it with hydrogen should be okay. Let's make sure she doesn't have anything to say. Are these just turlets? Bronze steam engine, that'll be useful later on. We are going to retrofit the ship a little bit. I'll probably do it in between episodes, or maybe I'll do like a speed capture and you guys can just watch it fast forwarded as like a special episode or something. But anyways, have you had a chance to talk to Lars yet? I wonder how he's... Nope, haven't talked to Lars yet. Let's go talk to Lars. Luckily, it seems as though they patched a couple days ago and it looks like it's fixed the frame rate issue, kind of. So I think we should be alright. Let's talk to Thora and then we'll go find Lars. I don't know who he is. Hey, you're back. I hope Walther didn't give you a hard time. I managed to decipher the tablet you gave me. Now I should be able to read ancient Aetherkin. We need to find more Aetherkin tablets so that we can learn more. Apparently there are numerous Aetherkin temples of knowledge scattered throughout the world. The temple you explored recently was one of them. I know the locations of a few more, and I'll mark them on your map. I don't know what we'll find at each one, but I'll pay you generously for each Aetherkin tablet that you can give me. Also, be careful. My sources tell me that the SOC might be guarding the temples now. They'll probably shoot on sight. Great. What about shoot on smell? I've been kind of smelly lately. Do they shoot on smell? Because what if I put their eyes out? Oh god, they shoot on taste. Ew. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with this game anymore. I don't like having to taste my enemies. Obviously not you. Well, we're looking for some guy. It seems like a lot of my adventures in this episode are just going to be looking for some guy. Faucet, what do you do? We need bottles. Can I craft bottles from anywhere? We probably need glass for that too, so I'm thinking the 50 hydrogen's probably going to take us a little while to accumulate. Let's go over the top here. Because I don't think there's anything... Well, it might be this guy over here. Wasn't there a store up underneath the castle? Yeah, there was. So let's see if it's this guy. Nope. Not him. Considering that I don't really know who we're looking for, it could be this guy maybe. He's got a bald head. He looks like he might hang out with thieves. Bald head and a wife beater. You never know. Well, unfortunately, I'm not so sure where this guy's at. Is it you, lady? I guess not. Well, we've got the Antidote recipe book. That seems like it might be something useful to have. First aid kit. Ooh, healing bomb. Yeah, let's get that. The healing bomb kit is going to be amazing. So let's grab, we got the artillery turret, grinder, the healing bomb. And we are going to need all of these things. And so I think that should leave us, I don't want to tempt fate right now. I think we're just going to get back on the road and have some adventures. I don't know where this guy is at anyway, so it's kind of like one of those weird spots where, I think his name was Frederick or something like that. But none of these people even have names. That's how you know they're, like, expendable. Like, you have no clue where anything's at. I suppose I could go to my quest menu. Helium recipe book. Okay, so we've got helium too. Let's see here. Hydrogen, talk to Lars. That's what his name. Where is Lars? I toggled it into active, but it's not helping me here. Lars owes Corinne a favor. Talk to him to learn about gun modifications. Okay, well, I'm going to run around and look for Lars in between episodes because I feel like I'm boring you guys at this point. We only got like 2 seconds of spaceship flight or airship flight, and now we're back to like the drudgery of doing random fetch quests. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. My name is Splattercat. This game is Windforge. All of the information about the game is down below if you want to find it and play the game for yourself. I'll see you guys in the next episode, and take care out there, everybody.